Hello, hi. Let me just get this all set up and I'll see if anyone hops on. Oh, my hair is frizzy today. It is frizzy. Oh, why does it have to go slow today? All right. Is all good. That is all good. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll wait like another minute and then I'll just get straight into it because I hate waiting. All right, come on, load. Let's see if that's working. It is working. Okay. Just check the sound is going. There are 2 people on. Hi, 2 people. Hey, Letitia, how are you? Nice to see you. I think you just commented on something like 5 minutes ago. Okay, cool. That's working. All right. So I apologize if it is very noisy. It is raining like cats and dogs here today because, I don't know, New Zealand weather is awesome like that. It was beautiful yesterday and today it's like a storm that has never left, has begun. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. You're excited for this. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love my car. It is, wow. It is awesome. I feel so like I belong in there. Oh yeah, my Instagram story. I'll have to comment back on after this. All right, so I think I'll just get started now then. Let's get straight into it. All right, how I manifested my $20,000 car. So it all goes back to like 2 months ago. 2 months ago, basically when I got back from Europe, right? And I had made the decision while I was traveling that I was like done with nomad travel. I wanted to come home. I wanted to settle. I wanted to sort of do more like grounded things back home and see how it goes, because I struggle with committing, especially when you've been a wanderer for like 3 years. You're like, oh my God, I have to be in one place. What? So yeah, I decided I need to come home, and I decided, okay, I probably need a car for that to be able to get around, because when I left 3 years ago, I sold my car, and so I didn't have anything to use. But I didn't want just any car. I wanted like my next level car. I wanted a high vibe car. I wanted a Suzuki Swift. I've always wanted that car, but I hadn't really gotten behind it to believe that I could get it, you know? And so when I came back, I was like, all right, I need a car. So I created a manifestation list. I created a vision board. And I put the things on the vision board that I truly wanted, right? And if any of you have done the vision board workshop, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say that it actually has to be like a true desire. Like you don't even think about it and you're thinking about it, right? Like it's just in your vibration. It's already in your energy, which is how I found is the fastest and easiest way to manifest anything, is when it's already something that's like in your vibration, in your heart. It's already there. So if you've done the workshop, you know exactly that is it. And so it was there. I was like, okay, it's here. I'm feeling it. This was probably about mid-August. It was actually when I did the free live stream on how to manifest a specific desire, and I used a car as an example because that's when I started to get behind like manifesting a car. And so that was August. I decided, okay, I'm getting a car. I'm going to get a car next month, September, right? And so I felt it. I could visualize it. I could feel myself easily in this car. Like I would picture little things, but like normal little things, like packing my weekend bag and putting it on like the side on the, what the hell do you call it? The passenger seat. Oh my God. Putting it on the passenger seat. I could see myself doing that, like with my little gray weekender bag, putting it on the passenger seat. I could see myself backing out of the driveway because I'd done that many times before in different cars, right? But I could see myself doing it in this car. And I could visualize and see myself like driving off, like driving up the street, just a normal thing, driving up the street, looking in the rearview mirror and seeing the street behind me, but I knew I was in this car, right? I knew like my hands were on the steering wheel of my car. It was a new car. It was a high vibe car. It was a great car. But I wasn't like super attached to like how specific it was. It wasn't like I saw the dashboard and the exact numbers that were on the odometer and how the stereo looked. It was more the feeling, right? It was more the visual that I'd already had many times when I'd been driving any kind of car. And I just used that visual to feel like I was in a new car, right? And so I did that. I didn't do it like I committed to it every day for 10 minutes a day. Because it was already in my heart, it was already in my vibration, I could think of it and feel it without thinking about it, you know? Like I said in the vision board workshop. And so September came, and what I started doing was this was in August. I started looking online at cars, right? And so in my hometown, it's like quite a small hometown, so access to cars like these isn't a common thing that you can't just like go out and, well, you can go out and buy one, but specific ones that you want, like you have to kind of get what you're given, sort of. And so I was looking online and like I found some contenders, but they were always a little bit off. Like there was a 2019 Suzuki Swift Sport that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that one. I like that one, but it was yellow. I didn't want yellow. I wanted white. And I started getting a bit grippy with it. I was like, I want that car though. I want that car. And then I was started to sort of like make adjustments like, well, I could have it in yellow. I could do it. I don't really want it, but I could do it because that's the car that I want. And that seems to be the only one that's here in my hometown. But that didn't last long. And I was like, no, I want my car in white. I want it sporty and I'm gonna know it. It's gonna show up. It's gonna be here. I know it. And so after that, I looked online and I couldn't really find anything in my hometown. There were lots of things like in cities and towns like about an hour away, but I was like, I don't want to drive an hour to go and get a car. Like that's just dumb. It has to be here. And so moving into September, I was still feeling the feelings of having that car. It was still very heavy in my vibration. It was just done. It was a done deal. I was getting it. God, I look like I haven't slept for years. And then I found like a car dealer that sold specifically the cars that I wanted, Suzuki Swifts. And so I decided to go with my mother to have a look at cars in the car yard, like after they'd closed, because I was like, I don't want to be hassled by car salesmen. Like I just want to look at the damn car and see it for myself, like see what's inside it without like pressure. Like I just want this to be fun. And so we drove to the car yard and we got out, had a look, and there were heaps of different cars, like heaps of different ones. And there was another Suzuki Swift and it was white and it was like $7,000. And I was like, well, it's the color I want. It's not exactly the make I want, because it was like super nana car, like very much a car my grandmother would drive. And I was like, I mean, I could do it. I'm not excited about it, but I could do it. Maybe I'll come back and give it a test drive. But I wasn't excited about it. And then were there two others? There were two others. One was the yellow one, the like 2019 yellow version of the car that I thought and believed that I wanted. And then there was a white one that was like way up the front. It was like, I think it was a 2019, but it wasn't 100% what I wanted. It was a Swift RS. A Swift RS. And I think it was 2019, but it still looked like a nana car, It's like, sorry, let me just check. So I'll answer these questions like a little bit later, but I'll definitely answer them, okay? So if you do have any questions, just put them down and I'll answer them when I'm there. But yeah, it was a white car, like it was getting closer to what I wanted, but I wasn't like, oh my God, this is my car, right? And so got to see them, that was cool. And we left, and I felt really like, oh shit, this feels way more real now. Like I'm taking the aligned steps, right? The aligned steps, the inspired guidance steps. I'm not forcing it. It was just like something fun to do, to just go have a look at the cars, like look in the window and see like what the hell the car looks like inside. That was aligned, and I felt really good, and I felt really excited, and I was like, oh my god, this feels so real. I can feel the energy of it. Like I could feel it amping up. It was really like just present. It was there. And so I think it might have been maybe a week or two later. A week or two? Anyway, I'd like been telling people like I'm buying a car. Like I was like, I'm gonna buy a car. I don't know how I'm gonna find it, but I'm open to like all avenues of it coming to me. Like I still let those cars go. I was still like open to my car coming to me, the car that I could see in my heart, the car that I could feel, the car that was exactly what I wanted. I was still open to it. Like I was holding on loosely, as you would say. And I was telling everyone, I was like, yeah, I'm getting a car. And so people were like, okay, so when are you getting a car? Have you done a car yet? Have you found a car? And I was like, yeah, chill. I'm getting it. But it was like telling people to amplify the energy of it, right? Though I know that like you can do this, you can tell people, and then when people check on you and they're like, hey, have you gotten your car, or have you manifested this, or has it happened, and it hasn't, you can kind of go into a negative space. But I wasn't doing that, right? I was feeling very much like I have my car. My car is already here. Like I can feel it. I'm driving it every day in my bloody mind. And then one day I happened to be like, for some reason I just jumped online, like back onto the website of the car dealer, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just have a look, and maybe I'll book in a time to test drive the car, because I wanted to take the next step, and I was excited about it. I was led to it. It wasn't like I was being forced to do it, or I felt like I had to. It was a next step led guidance, inspired guidance from the universe. I was like, okay, I'm going to test drive it. And I went onto the website and I was like, okay, which car do I want? And there was a brand new car there that wasn't there last time. And I looked at it and I saw the picture of it and I was like, oh my God, that's my car. That's the car that I want. And so I was like, can I come in, like, test drive this over the weekend and hope to God that no one buys it? And he was like, yep, come in. And so we went. I brought my mother along with me. I don't know. I just always feel good when parents come. You know, you feel like they're the voice of reason. And so we hopped in the car, like, took it for a test drive. And I was like, oh my God, this is my car. This is it. This is the car. This is my car. I know it. I feel it. This is the car that I've been visioning. Like, looking out the windscreen, looking into the rearview mirror, looking down at my steering wheel. This is my freaking car. And then that's when all the money shit started coming up. All of it. It was like, it was really subtle at first. It was like I was driving it and I was feeling excited. And then it was like a cloud kind of coming over me and going, who are you to buy this car? You know, it was like, I had this feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to be found out. And I was telling my mother this. I was like, Mom, I feel this, it's weird. I feel like I'm going to be found out that I don't actually deserve this car. I'm going to be found out that it's not meant to be mine, or, you know, like, I don't get to have it. And as we were test driving it, I was like, I felt my excitement just kind of diminishing, and I was like starting to freak out about whether I felt like I was worthy of this car anymore. And we stopped and we got out and I had a look at it and I was like, no, this is 100% my car. This is it. This is my car. So why do I feel so bad about it? And I could feel my energy shrinking, and I could feel it. I could feel me rationalizing everything, right? Like, it's this is what I've noticed whenever I whenever I go out shopping and I buy something that is like a bit too much for me, I always hear myself say, that was absolutely frivolous. And I never use the word frivolous except for when I buy things. So I'm like, who Whose words are those? Like, where does frivolous come from? That's such a weird word. So I must have picked that up from somewhere and someone, right? And so I could hear myself saying, like, it would be absolutely frivolous if you bought this car. Like, so frivolous. Why would you buy this car when you could buy the $7,000 one much easier, then you have plenty of money left over? Like, why do you have to have this car? Why do you have to have this $20,000 car? You don't need it. You've never bought a car before. Why are you going to buy a $20,000 car? And like, I could feel myself like militarizing? Is that a word? Just being like a military boss on myself about what I believed I deserved. And so like, it was like a mix of emotions that I was feeling. And we went back and I was talking to the car salesman. His name's Russell. And he was like, so how was it? Is it your car? I'm like, yeah, it's my car. And he was like, what do you mean? Yeah. And I said, it is my car. It is my car. It is my car. It is my car. And he's like, okay, well, why don't we go and like do some paperwork and just get something set up, and then you can have like 24 hours to think about it. And then if you're all good with it, then we can like put it through. And I was like, okay. And even though I could feel the feelings of like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is so big. Oh, you've never done this before. I was like, no, I get to have this car. I get to move into this next level. I get to do this. And so I went to did all the paperwork, did all that stuff, felt good, left, still like really iffy on the energy, right? Like excited one second and then frantic as fuck the next, and then really excited about it, and then like, what the hell am I doing? You know, like and I started to feel like a crazy person for 48 hours straight. I was like shifting so fast between this gets to be me, this gets to be my next level. No, I don't fucking deserve it. Yes, I do. No, I don't. And I literally felt like a crazy person for 48 hours straight. So much that I journaled on it. I journaled a lot on it. And so I want to read you what I journaled, because this helped, like, so how I explain it is, you know, when you're in that frantic energy, you have to shift it by reframing it, right? That's one way to do it. And that's how I do it, by de-escalating the emotions. But what most people don't realize is sometimes you have to do it over and over and over again, every hour, every 30 minutes, to constantly bring yourself back to a neutral level at least, right? And so I wrote this while I was like in my frantic energy. I was like, I'm feeling so crazy right now. I'm buying a $20,000 car tomorrow, and I am just so out of my fucking comfort zone. I don't feel safe. That's a keyword that we'll talk about. I don't feel safe. I feel like I'm on my own again. I feel like I'm backed into a corner. I feel like I'm ready to fight, and I'm all on my own. All my money shit is coming up. I keep asking myself if I'm out of my mind, if I'm dreaming, if I'm being irresponsible. That's another big thing for me, especially with the like wanderer thing. You know, like I've been a nomad, so now it's like, oh my God, being responsible for things. If I'm being totally frivolous, I feel like I'm going to be found out. See, that was found out thing. I found that so interesting. Where am I? I feel like I'm going to be found out. I feel like I'm going to be found out that I'm a fraud or something. I feel like I'm acting too big for my boots, and I can hear my grandmother's words in my head that I think that I'm better than everyone. It feels crazy. It feels like an integration issue, maybe a program having a meltdown. So now I'm going, because I've been watching The Matrix lately, so I was like, yeah, we're like computers. I don't have a blueprint of this new level. I don't have the experience of elevating into this level, and it's so fucking uncomfortable. It is, oh, hang on, where is it? It would be easier for me to stay small, to play it safe, because that's what I know. That's actually comfortable for me. Scarcity and, what is that word? And playing small is safe for me. Oh, I don't like that. I'm afraid that something bad is going to happen. I'm afraid that I have to do this all on my own. I can feel myself trying to crawl back to my comfort zone of fear and scarcity and survival. But now I choose to shift this. I choose to assimilate at, I don't even know if that's the right word, at the next level. I choose to commit, step into purposefully, with grace, this level of Elise, this millionaire Elise that I am quantum leaping to with absolute grace. I choose to leverage this energy to slingshot myself into my next level. I am completely capable of operating at this level. In fact, people buy $20,000 cars all the time and think nothing of it. It's like $2. I handle it with grace and ease and flow, and most of all, fun. I choose to leverage this heightened, frantic energy for good and let it propel me forward. I choose to let excitement take over rather than the franticness, and I choose to have so much fun with it. The amount of live streams I'm going to do from this car, the amount of music I'm going to blast and sing my heart out to, the amount of fun I'm going to have driving around and feeling my independence in this freaking car feels so boss. And the amount of awe that I am going to feel for myself is amazing. This is an investment in my next level, a payment plan for millionaire status. This quantum leaping is going to be motherfucking fun. So that's how I reframed it. That's how I shifted that energy in the moment. But that doesn't mean that it just went away. I had to keep doing this. I had to come back and read over this. I had to keep coming back and rewriting it over and over again. And then what I did was, because the safety thing was a keyword, right? Because I found that for me, it's always been about feeling safe and feeling taken care of. Like, that has been everything. All my fears, all my blocks, all my scarcity always comes back to a fear of being abandoned, all to do with my, like, not having a father when I was young, blah, 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 you know, all that shit. So I had to move into feeling safe, like manufacturing the feelings of being safe, being taken care of, being provided for, trusting that the universe has my back, right? And so I went into writing like mantras and affirmations. And I wrote, remember, I am safe, I am loved, I am protected, I am nurtured, I am taken care of, I am supported, I am guided, I am led, I am wrapped in a blanket of pure loving protection. Nothing can hurt me. The universe shields me from any harm or danger. I am deeply financially supported by the universe. So if like you're in my magnetic money mantras course, or you've heard me say it time and time again, my number one mantra and affirmation is I am deeply financially supported by the universe, because that just hits me right in the heart. I'm deeply financially supported by the universe. It is safe to receive more money than I know what to do with. It's safe now to live in overflow. I give myself permission to live in overflow. I get to have it all, not some, and not struggling, all of it. It is safe to have it all. It is safe to quantum leap to 30K months. It's safe to quantum leap to 50K months. It's safe to quantum leap to having a $20,000 car. I am safe. I am being guided. I am being led. I am being protected. It is safe to receive more. I am safe. I am loved. I am taken care of. The universe will never leave me. I get to have it all. I do the work. I choose to master money. I choose to master my mindset. I choose to master my vibration and alignment. This is how it gets to be. I deserve it because I want it, and it gets to be easy. I get to be supported and taken care of in the 3D and the 5D. My dream team finds me. I have more than enough to pay for them and pay them what they're worth. So I'm moving into like different affirmations now. But everything works in my favor. It gets easier and easier and easier. I decide that this is how it gets to be. And it is done. Yeah, so that was like part of my process and how I shifted that energy, right? And I had to keep doing that to like neutralize this frantic energy, because you might have felt it before. Like when you're taking a big step or big jump, you feel like you're fucking crazy. You're just like, you're so uncomfortable. And all you want to do is like retreat back. All you want to do is like hide in a sense, or just, duck somewhere. You just feel so out of your comfort zone. So your natural response is to want to go back, like take a step back. But instead, I let myself feel it, and I let myself leverage all that frantic fucking crazy energy into, this is how it gets to be. And I'm using this energy to leverage myself upwards, to slingshot myself to my next level. Because what's the alternative? The alternative is that I take a step back, I play it safe, and I don't learn the lesson. I don't get the upgrade because I was too scared. Fuck that. I'm not scared. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna freaking do this. And so it took me about 48 hours of just feeling like a crazy person, constantly shifting back, like doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again till I could feel really good. And then I went in and I got the car. It was easy. I got the car. In fact, I almost got it for free. Okay, here's what I mean. We were sitting down and I was telling him what I do for work, like that I, work online and I help other people like change their mindsets, and I help them with sales strategy as well. And he was like, oh, so you're an online marketer? And I was like, no, I'm not. No, that's not what I am. And he was like, what if you did our marketing for us? We could like give you the car for free. And I was like, no, no, because I want the privilege of buying this car myself. You have no idea the amount of work that I have done to get myself behind getting this car. I'm not just going to have it for free in exchange for work, because I don't work for people. But it's funny that happened, because I have always manifested cars for free, and that has always been my belief, my mindset, my mentality about cars. It's like, oh yeah, I always get them for free. So this was the universe's way of being like, hey, well, I've got to fulfill this because this is like your truth. So you can have it for free. But I didn't want it for free. I didn't want it with conditions. I wanted the privilege of buying this, considering I had just gone through a bloody marathon mentally to be ready for this freaking car, right? But that's not where it ends. It's actually, no. I would love to say that I drove off in the car and everything was perfect and amazing, but it wasn't for a couple of days. There was still an integration, a thing that had to happen, because once I got the car, it sat outside for like 2 days. I didn't drive it because it was almost like a disassociation thing. Like I was like, that's not my car. I don't deserve that. No. And yeah, it was weird. It was like this completely self-imploding thing with my energy that happened. Like I started to feel like, that isn't mine. Like I don't, no, I don't deserve that car. And there was one whole day where it just like put me out of alignment. I was like not in a bad mood, but I was in a really like low vibe energy, and I just felt like something was going to happen and it was going to get taken off me, and that I couldn't energetically take ownership of it because it wasn't really mine. And so I was just feeling like shit and doing the journaling, doing the reframing, but it wasn't making me feel better that day. And then my beautiful mother, she's amazing. She is absolutely amazing. She came to me and she was like, Elise, that thing out there is a physical manifestation of all the hard work you have done over the last 4 years. That is an actual physical representation of everything you have done. You have earned the fuck out of that car. You have earned it. You more than deserve it. You deserve more than that. That car is yours. It was always yours. There was no one else who was ever going to own it. It is yours. You own that and you be proud of it. God, I love my mum, And when she said that, I was like, shit, yeah, you're right. Like, it's not like I just conned someone into giving me the car. It's that I earned it. I worked hard for this. I have been working hard for this for the last 4 years, right? The only reason that this is a big thing is because for the last 3 years, I've been traveling, right? So just spent all my money on travel, but that's not a physical thing that you can like see, you can touch, you can hold in your hand. You can look outside every day and be like, there's my hard work right there. There it is. This is the first thing I've ever had that was a big thing to me. That is a representation of the work that I put in. And it doesn't have to just be physical work, business work. Like it could be mental, psychological, energetic work that you've put in, right? It doesn't have to be, well, I've worked my butt off for 3 years doing social media marketing. Of course it makes sense. No, like it can be energetic work as well. And when she said that, I was like, that's absolutely true. I felt a lot better. And then I knew that once I had a sleep, everything was going to be fine, right? But I let myself feel in that shitty, disassociated mood. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that, because that's a big problem that a lot of people go through, is that they start feeling fear and feeling scarcity and feeling guilty for feeling that way, for feeling bad, for feeling disassociated, for not shifting their energy. And then they think that that's somehow going to affect their manifestation of it. Like it's actually going to happen. Like they're not going to get it, or something bad is going to happen. That's not true. We are human. We feel how we feel. We have emotions. They come up in us. We can't like control them all the time, right? We can discipline them, but we can't fully control them. So what we have to do is allow ourselves to feel that way, to allow ourselves to surrender to it. Just be like, you know what? I'm going to feel really bad today. I'm going to. But I know that I will come back to feeling abundant. But I'm going to feel bad today because, fuck it, why not? Right? Allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to feel that way actually helps you more in manifesting and, what would you call it? Up-leveling to that next level. Allowing yourself to feel the shitty feelings. Because when you're trying to run away from them, when you're feeling guilty about having them, when you're feeling like, oh no, like it's not going to happen for me because I feel this way, you actually prevent the upgrade from that, right? Because you're trying to like hold it down, like hide it, shove it in the cupboard or the wardrobe or wherever, and not get the upgrade from it. Because sometimes to get to where you want to go, you have to go through the uncomfortable, the really fucking uncomfortable feelings. You have to go through the disassociation. You have to go through feeling like shit, but always knowing that you're going to get to that next level. You're going to feel better. It's not going to feel this way forever. And that's what I kept telling myself as well. It's like, all right, you're feeling this way. You're going to enjoy this day of feeling this way, because you know you're going to feel a lot better after it. A lot better. So, yes, that is how I manifested my car. That is 100% how I manifested my car. And now that I have it, it's like, oh, yeah, it feels like it's been my car for years, and I'm already like, now I'm ready to upgrade my energy more, even more. But I love this car so much. It makes me feel into my next level. It makes me feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. It makes me feel like I'm already at my multi-millionaire version of myself. And like, that this is a whole other topic and conversation, but like environment is everything. What you surround yourself by is everything, right? So when you feel the feelings of, you know, that up-leveled, heightened, abundant feeling from the things around you, and everything around you makes you feel like that, you're always living in that state, and that in the reality of what you believe you will feel and be and do and have when you're a multimillionaire. You're already living in that energy now. So that brings everything you desire, everything you believe about what you will be, do, and have when you're a multimillionaire to your reality now. So that's why you like upgrade things. And that's why it's really important that in your environment, you surround yourself with things that make you feel that level that you want to feel at, right? That make you feel at that level that you believe you will be and feel when you're at your millionaire status, right? Because it's all about closing that timeline. All about that, right? Okay, so I'm going to answer some questions. Oh, there's a few. Cool. I should probably do this. Why am I not on my laptop? Okay, would this be considered specific manifestor even though you wanted a certain detail but not a specific model? Do you mean specific manifesting even though you wanted a certain detail? Yeah, it would be specific manifesting because I was focusing on a car. I wasn't just focusing on any way that like the feeling of up-leveledness and abundantness. These are not words that I'm just making up. But it was a specific thing that I was focusing on because I wanted a car. I needed a car. I wanted a car. And I wanted the car that I really wanted. I didn't want to just settle for something that I could get that was cheaper, that was a runaround, but it wouldn't make me feel at the level that I wanted to, and it wouldn't allow me to have the upgrade, this energetic and mindset upgrade that I have had from getting this car, right? How do you visualize driving in a car if you've never driven a car? That's a really cool question. So, have you ever played games or seen movies where people are driving a car looking out the windscreen, right? It's just like that. Just like that. Have you ever sat in a car? If you've sat in a car, then you know how a car drives, right? Even if you've been a passenger, you still know how it drives. Like, you can still sit there. But remember, it's not about specifically visualizing yourself sitting in the car. If you can feel the car and your energy already, like not even driving it, then that's enough. But if it helps you to visualize being in a car, then do that. But if visualizing it makes you feel like, ah, shit, like I can't fathom this, and then it's making your energy like be like really wonky or just off because you cannot see it, don't do it. Just feel the vibe of the car, right? Cool. Hope that helps. Next question. How do you learn to trust? So that is the deep inner work that you absolutely you need to do if you want to learn to do it. Because for 30 years, I realized that I did not trust. Like, I always felt like I was on my own, always like fighting dragons by myself, backed into a corner. And it was this year that I realized, like, I'm so exhausted of doing this on my own. And I realized that I had to give it up. I had to surrender it. I had to give it up to a higher power. Some people surrender it to God. I choose to surrender it to the universe. But this is the same thing, right? And then you just have to work on the trust, like building the trust between you and believing that the universe is there for you. So like how I always do it is, the first thing I do is I feel like what it would be like to be deeply financially supported. Like, what would it feel like to have 100 grand in the bank? And it feels like relief. It feels like ease. It feels like I can relax now. It feels like I don't have to fight. Like, I don't have to pick up my sword. Like, I can just lie here and I'm okay. I'm safe. And then I transfer that to like the mantra of I am deeply financially supported by the universe, and also I'm deeply supported by the universe. And so I match those energies together, and I feel that in my vibe, and I feel supported by that. Okay, do you mind if I ask your age? The grounding gets to me too. It's hard in the 30s. I am 31. I just turned 31 in August. Yes. 30s are a good age. I remember last year I was freaking the hell out about turning 30, and I'm like, oh, I still feel like I'm 20. Okay, what was my car before? Mine is attached to a feeling. So I didn't have a car before, but like way, way before that, I had like a Nissan Pulsar, which was like a 1996 car. So like I've never owned a car that was from this decade, So it was like a huge jump. And because I always got my cars for free, like my mum had bought me cars. I had boyfriends who gave me cars. It was never like, I'd never bought a car before, so that like it was that on top of feeling like I deserved it, on top of like, holy shit, I've never paid $20,000 for anything in my life. So yeah, that was my car. Thank you. So do I journal multiple times a day? No, not all the time. So I do, like I journal at least, I'd say 4 times a week, at least 4 times a week. I do read my journal a lot. Oh, journals. I have 2 journals now. I read them a lot, and I go over things, and I feel into the thoughts and the teachings and understand it at a different level, and then I journal on that. And it's more like, it's more like learning than it is like understanding things at depth, at a deeper level than it is about journaling through the frantic energy. But when I have like super, like when I'm in crisis mode, super frantic energy is up, that's when I like journal the hell out of it, because there's something about being like present to writing, like you're thinking and you're writing. And I think it has something to do with the fact that we're always on our laptops, always on our phones, like have a million tabs open, people are talking to us at the same time. So we're like always trying to concentrate on a million things at once. So when you journal, you're literally doing one thing. You're thinking and you're writing. And there's something very healing about that. And then you discover things that you didn't even know you were thinking because you were too busy being distracted by life. And you're like, fuck, that's why I feel that way. Well, that makes sense. Let's shift this thought. No. So that's how I do it. I journal, maybe like 4, 5 times a week. But every day I do the energetic work. Every day I visualize. It's not even visualization. It's just I feel the energy of what I want in my heart now. I feel it now. And the more that you do that, the more that you take that energy with you into your day, and the more that it starts, it's like ivy, like it just spreads. Like you don't even have to be doing anything. Like I could be drying the dishes and I'm already feeling the energy of my multi-million-dollar version of myself, right? I don't have to do anything anymore because I've practiced feeling that emotion and the energy of it over and over and over again. Hey Wendy, that's okay, there's a replay. So like once I stop this, I'll leave the replay up for 24 hours. How do you shift negative frantic energy into a helpful energy? So like what I was talking about in my process for shifting the really crazy frantic energy, I'll buy my car. One was I journaled through it. So I read that journal process. Like you just have to write like how you're feeling and witness the craziness of what you're thinking, right? Like how feeling like I don't deserve something. That's bullshit. I always deserve it. You always deserve it. We are always deserving. We are always worthy no matter what. We don't actually need a reason to deserve anything that we want. We get to have it because we're here. We do. We get to have it because we do. And then you witness the crazy on the page and then you start to shift it, right? You start to reframe how you're going to use this energy. Use this frantic energy, you reframe it, and then you keep doing that until you feel better, at least neutral, right? I always say get back to neutral. If you can get to neutral, then you're fine. Then your energy isn't like making you feel like you're insane. And then sometimes like if you just keep swinging back into frantic energy, you just got to keep doing the process, right? Keep doing it. And then like I said, when I was sort of in like that disassociation mode, I just surrendered to it. I just let the feelings wash over me. I was like, screw it, I'm going to feel this way. I'm going to do it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel how I feel. And then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel better. So that's how I did it. That's one way to do it. Okay, cool. So if you have any more questions, let me know. Happy to answer them. I hope that this training helped you. Oh, I spelled that wrong. That's annoying. But anyway, what I did have to tell you actually, while you're here, is I'm launching a new membership, right? It's called Money Babes membership, and it is all about high level alignment and high level receiving and training yourself to get into that. So how I've worded it is it's like the high level membership for babes who want to master money, wealth, and abundance. So it's really about stepping into the energetic version of yourself. It's not like the strategies for business or anything like that. It's high level receiving, high level alignment. And what I decided to do is that every week you will get something new, like a training, a brand new high level training that can be everything from how to get behind the energy and mindset of making $30,000 a month, how to sell your offers from alignment and ease. It can be how to shift your money blocks and your self-sabotage when it comes up and it's super fucking in your face, like how to shift that energy. I also share behind the scenes of my life and my business. So that might be like my daily work routine, my money plan, my income plans, my journaling practices, how I manifest specific desires. So this particular training is actually going on to the behind the scenes element for this month, right? And then I have monthly mentoring sessions. So as you guys know, I don't do coaching at the moment, but this is the way to get, well, not coaching. I always don't like the word coaching. Mentoring. I don't do mentoring. But this is the way to get it for me. And I jump on a live stream once a month and I mentor you through all your stuff. And then there's guided activities for everything, like guided visualizations, guided meditations, journaling practices, money rituals to do. It depends on what we're learning for the month, but that's what's there. And then, of course, there's a Money Babes community where everyone hangs out and talks and everything. But the coolest thing I think I've decided to add to this membership is that any offer that I create, any course, any training, any workshop that I create and sell, you get for free in the membership. All you do is pay your membership price. So if I launch a $2,000 course, you get that for free in the membership. So if that sounds like something you want to do, like if you've been wanting to work with me more like in a closer proximity and you really want to step into full alignment with mastering money, wealth, and abundance, then definitely get into my membership, because I'm going to do an introductory price. It's usually $197 a month, but for like brand new members, I'm going to do $77 a month, $77. So I'll leave that offer up for probably about 24 hours. I really want, like, it's not for beginners, not for absolute beginners, like beginners at business, who haven't done anything, who want to learn strategy. My Brazen Boss Business Bundle is like much better for strategy for that. It's more for people who understand that alignment and energy is actually more important than strategy, right? They realize that you can have all the strategy and systems in place, but if you're not aligned to it, if your mindset isn't wired for success, if you're constantly like sabotaging yourself about what you're charging for and what you're selling and what you're doing in your business, then yeah, it's not going to work, right? So that's who like it's for. It's for people who understand that energy work is the most important. So if you want to get into it, I'll just put the link in here. It says 97, but use the code I'm a Money Babe, and yeah, we can get this started soon. All right, so the membership right now, what I'm looking at is for a year. So actually, like what I've created it like, it's an actual mastermind. So that's why I'm really like pedantic about the type of person that gets into this, because it's not for beginners. It is, hang on, let me put this, I'm a Money Babe. It is a year-long mastery program. It's actually a mastermind. And this is because I won't be launching a mastermind probably till next year, maybe like mid next year. I'm not sure, like a proper mastermind, but this is the closest thing to a mastermind. So that's why I'm really particular about who comes into this membership. But yeah, you're 16, Sabrina. Well, no wonder you haven't driven a car yet. It's okay. It's okay. So like with visualizing that, you've been a passenger before, right? So just imagine that you're driving the car. So you guys, if you're in America, you guys drive on the other side of the car, right? Because yeah. All right. So it doesn't matter. Just imagine like you're in the car, you're looking out the windscreen, and that's what it's like to drive a car. The only difference is you're just holding the wheel. It's okay. You've got tons of time. But it's really good that you're getting started now. Oh my God, if I was 16 and I knew this stuff now, if we were all 16 and we knew this stuff now, could you imagine what we would have created with our lives, like being in our 30s now? Holy shit. Wow, you were awesome for getting started so early. I wish I was your age. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions about the membership, feel free to message me, like send me a message on Facebook. That's easy. And yeah, if you have any more questions about manifesting a car or how I manifested my car, then absolutely let me know. I'm always here to help. Will you factor in time difference for other continents? Yes, I will. So with the live calls, with the live training, like if everyone who joins is like in America, then I'm going to base it on American time. But if they're like scattered all over the world, then I'll change the times each week so everyone gets a chance to show up live. Yeah, so we're making it work for everyone. Cool. Any more questions? I feel really good about teaching that. I'm so glad. I feel like this has helped a lot of people because, man, our minds are crazy sometimes. All the time, really. And it's just all pre-programming from our lives, from our early lives. Like me thinking about when I shop and I'm like, that was absolutely frivolous. And I never use the word frivolous, except for when I shop. So I'm like, who the hell told me something was frivolous when I went shopping once? Like, someone in my life must have said that. And I took that word. And I know I would have taken that word because I would have thought, that's a really weird word to use. But I use it now, and I'm just interested to know who the hell taught me that. Not that I care, because now that when I shop, after buying a $20,000 car, I'm just like, this is so cheap. Okay, all right, so I'm going to jump off now. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you have a very beautiful day. It is a very rainy day here in New Zealand. I hope it's much better over wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I will see you very soon. Okay, bye.